Most AI tools have a quiet problem that nobody talks about. They are frozen in time. The model was trained on data from months ago, sometimes over a year ago, and everything it knows about the world stopped updating the moment training ended. Ask it about a competitor's current pricing, a product that just shipped, or what people are saying about a tool this week, and the answer is either outdated or just made up. That is what this build is about. A Python tool that goes out to the live web, pulls fresh data from real pages, and feeds it into a language model to produce something actually useful. No static documents, no stale training context, just current information fetched on demand. This is a competitor intelligence tool. Type in a company name and it goes out to the web, pulls their product page, their pricing page, and what the community is saying about them on Reddit, runs all of that through a language model, and comes back with a clean, structured brief. Current pricing, real features, actual sentiment from real users, all fetched the moment the script runs, not from a model trained on data from a year ago. It is built in Python. The whole thing is under 150 lines of code. The obvious approach when building something like this is to use Python's requests library and just pull pages directly. That works on simple sites. The moment the target is a real product page, a review site, or anything that gets meaningful traffic, it blocks the request immediately. A 403 error, a captcha page, or the page loads, but the actual content is all JavaScript rendered. So what comes back is just an empty shell. And even when a page does respond, raw HTML going into a language model is a mess. Navigation menus, cookie banners, ads, and scripts. Extracting just the meaningful content requires custom parsing logic, and that logic breaks every time the site changes its layout. Maintaining that infrastructure is a full project by itself. Every hour spent debugging a scraper is an hour not spent on the thing being built. Decodo's web scraping API handles all of that. Send it a URL and get back clean, readable content. It manages the IP rotation, the captcha handling, the retries, and the JavaScript rendering. None of that shows up in the code. The pipeline just receives the content. The free plan gives you 2,000 requests and runs for a full year. No credit card needed. Everything built in this video runs on that free plan. The link is in the description. Okay, so to sign up for Decodo, you have to click on this link, dashboard.decodo.com/playground, and create an account. Then come to this playground section. Now, to use Decodo, you need a basic authentication token, which we have here, and beneath it we have sample curl, Node, and Python requests. To test this, we are going to be using Python, because why not? Let's copy that and paste it into our cursor editor. The first call is a simple test, a post request to Decodo's endpoint, the target URL in the body, and the markdown flag set to true. So over here, we are scraping data from linear, specifically their pricing. Now, when we run this, we get clean content back, no blocks, no captchas. The markdown flag strips all the HTML noise and returns just readable text, which is exactly what gets passed into the language model later. That request took about 3 seconds. The dashboard also has a templates section with over 100 pre-built scrapers for specific targets like Amazon, Google, Reddit, YouTube, and TikTok. These are pre-configured for those sites, so there is no need to build custom logic. The build here uses the Reddit subreddit template for pulling community discussion, and the general scraper for the product and pricing pages. The project has 4 files. First, scraper.py, which talks to the Decodo API. Second, targets.py, which stores the competitor URLs. Third, analyst.py, which sends content to the language model. And finally, main.py, which runs everything together. Simple structure. Each file has one job. Let's first start with the scraper.py file. 3 functions: scrape underscore page hits, any URL, and returns clean markdown. Scrape underscore Reddit uses the Reddit subreddit template from decodo, which is pre-built specifically for Reddit, and scrape underscore all runs all of them at the same time using a thread pool, so 3 sources are fetched in parallel instead of one after another. Onto the targets file. Each competitor has 3 sources: product page, pricing page, and Reddit. Adding a new competitor is just adding one more dictionary entry. Next up is the analyst file. The model only sees what was scraped. 3 pages of live content are assembled into one context block and passed to Claude Haiku with a system prompt that says return only JSON. No preamble, no markdown fences, just the structured output ready to use directly. Now for the main.python file, 3 pages fetched in parallel, analyzed by the model, structured brief back. All of that in under 15 seconds. The pricing in that output is what Notion actually charges right now. The sentiment is from real Reddit posts scraped a moment ago. Open the decodo dashboard. Click Statistics. Show the request log from this session with all requests visible alongside response times and success statuses. Back in the decodo dashboard, the statistics panel shows every request from this session across all pages. All successful, all on the free plan. Click Templates, scroll through, click into the Reddit subreddit template and show the playground. The template section is also where you can test things before writing any code. Click a template, enter a URL or a search query, and run it right in the browser. The Reddit template used in this build is right there in the list. Everything in this build works on the free plan. 2,000 requests, 1 full year, no credit card. The same 4 files work for any scraping use case. Swap the URLs in the targets configuration and it becomes a price tracker for e-commerce. Use the Amazon product template and it pulls structured product data straight from Amazon listings. Use the Google search template and it becomes an SEO research tool, pulling live search engine results, page results. The data collection layer stays the same. Decodo handles it. The code just changes what URLs go in and what the model does with what comes back. 4 files, under 150 lines of Python. A working AI competitor intelligence tool powered by live web data. The free plan on Decodo covers everything shown here. 2,000 requests, valid for a full year, no credit card required. When you're ready to scale, the discount code in the description gives you 5% off your first paid plan. Pricing is per request, so it scales with your actual usage. The source code is linked below.